Guys, welcome back to Let's Talk Ninjago. Today we're doing a tier list on characters that people think could be Ras's master based off how likely I think it is and how good of an idea. With that said, our tiers they are probably Ras's master. Obviously, we don't know who he is. There won't be any spoilers for season 4 part 2 in this as well. I guess minor one, we still don't know who Ras's master is. But yeah, so the tiers they probably are Raz's master, like high chance. There's a chance, like I could see it happening, but probably not. Cool idea, probably not though. Bad idea, and then 0% chance. So yeah, with that said, first up we have Lord Garmadon. I think this is a bad idea. I think it would ruin the sort of arc of Garmadon after season 8 of him trying to be better again. Him being Raz's master would be very confusing and just, I think it'd be quite abrupt, and also it doesn't make much sense. I don't know why Garmadon would work with Ras. It doesn't really make sense timeline wise because Garmadon would probably been working with Ras before the merge, and he definitely wasn't. So I think it's bad idea, and I don't think there's a 0% chance, but I think it's a very low chance, and I do think it's a bad idea. Next up we have, this is one I thought of, like the Land of Eternal Dawn, I don't know how to say it sort of, but like the Land of Eternal Dawn is Raz's master, if that makes sense. Maybe like, I don't know how to say it, but because it's interesting that Raz's master transported the Shadow Dojo to the Land of Eternal Dawn, and the Weapon of Desolation was found in the Land of Eternal Dawn. And yeah, like there's some dots are kind of connecting a little bit, but it's still a bit confusing because wouldn't Sora, Frack, and Ryu and Wildfire run into him or something? But yeah, I think cool idea, probably not though, just because it's a bit, I don't think they're going to end Dragons Rising with Raz's master being like a realm or like something, but I do think they're at the realm of Eternal Dawn. But yeah, I think it's a cool idea, but probably not. Then this is an idea I've been seeing a lot of, like alternate cycle, Wu and Lloyd, will put them together. Wu and Lloyd. I think it's a cool idea for Wu. I think it's a cool idea for both, but I think it's too late. I think if they were going to explore the idea of an alternate cycle, they would have brought it up far more. Because it is brought up, but like very briefly in, I think, season 2, maybe season 1 of Dragons Rising. And not in a way where it's like, oh, we need to remember this happened. So I think, like, I don't really see. I'm going to add a tier actually. No, I'm not. I might do that instead. I don't think it's going to happen. I do think it's a cool idea if, say, Wu was his master and, like, it was a different version of Wu. Or if it was Lloyd, that'd be really cool as well, but I just don't see that happening. I know, I feel like there would be more hints towards that if it was the case. And I think it'd be a bit lame if the final battle of Dragons Rising is Ras and Lloyd against Lloyd, Sora, Aaron, stuff like that. I just think it'd be a bit weird. I don't think that's happening. The first Spinjitzu master, I just think no. I'll change this to no. No. Or we'll do no, and we'll do one below. We'll say bad idea. Oh, this can be no. This can be bad idea. It's not the first Spinjitzu master. First off, he's dead. So that's a pretty big factor to consider. Second off, I don't think he would go against Lloyd this much. And the whole idea of the merge, I get he does want to reverse the merge, but see, it's so confusing talking about Rise's master because we literally know nothing. So we don't know if he actually wants to reverse the merge or he's like manipulating Ras. We don't know what his goal is. We know Ras's goal of bringing back his people. But yeah, I don't think is Ras's master. I don't think the first Spinjitzu master is because yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. He's dead. And couldn't he reverse the merge by himself if he was still alive? I don't think he would be recruiting Lord Ras to do all his like handiwork for him. I don't know. I don't think that's happened. Yeah, it's hard to put these tiers. I just want to say it's hard to put tiers because there's so many, like there's different reasons for every character in my opinion. But yeah, then we've got the Source Dragon of Energy. I'm pretty sure the one that we see in Imperium. No, I don't think it's him. I'll put 0% chance. I don't think it's him. I don't think that makes sense. Why would Ras capture him? I saw this idea. I was looking at online, like Reddit and stuff, that people think could be Ras's master. And to me, I would also put the Source Dragon Emotion. I'm going to put them together. It's just no. Like, Source Dragon Emotion especially, because she literally goes out of her way to go against the council to warn the ninja of what's happening. Which means she wants to thwart Ras's plans, and she probably thinks Ras is at the hand of it. So she's literally going against him. So there's no chance she's Ras's master, or she'd be an idiot, or he'd be an idiot. So I don't think that works at all. And also with the Dragon of Energy, he got captured by Ras. You wouldn't capture your master. And, like, I don't know, I just don't think either of them. We would surely see Ras talking to him more. Ras wouldn't have captured him. Ras would have his icon. Like, there's so many things that point to it not being him that I think it's 0% chance. The Time Twins is a cool idea, but no. I just don't think they're coming back. I think the ship's way past sailed. Think about it. The last season of Dragon's Rise is coming out 2027. The last time, technically, we saw them in 2021. But that doesn't really count. Last time we saw the Time Twins was 10 years ago. They're not coming back. First off, Dragon's Rising is kind of trying to be its own thing. So I don't think they want to end their show bringing back 10-year-old villains. I also don't think they're big enough scale to be the villains. Like, time is a huge element, but none of what Ras's master has done so far relates to time at all. Like, Ras being teleported up into that other place, that's not time. The Shadow Dojo moving is not time related. The icons aren't time related. Crux and Acronics aren't powered as well. So they definitely can't do the stuff they're doing. And I don't think they would be waiting this long. That's another thing that you've got to consider with Ras's master. There's a reason why he's not doing it. We don't know why yet, but there's a reason why he's getting Ras to do stuff and he's not doing it. Maybe he's trapped somewhere, which could kind of point to them, but I still don't think so. And Ras, like, most of the time says master. Ras all the time says master. He's never said masters, which either means it's one of them or none. And that's not happening, so it's not them. So technically there's a 0% chance because he says master. But yeah. And we've got Nadakhan. I think this is a really bad idea. First off, again, more than 10 years to a returning character. Technically, he doesn't even appear in the show, like, canonically, because of the, like, redoing the thing at the end of Skybound. So technically he's never appeared in Ninjago, like, in the actual events. He's not powerful enough. His powers do not fit in with what we know of the Ras's master so far. So like the Time Twins, I just think no. Bad idea and no. Zakar, I think cool, but probably I'd say no. First off, he's an elemental master. Second off, do I want to go into this? Yeah, okay. Very, like, kind of slight spoilers for Season 2, Part 2. Ras's people aren't evil. Like, we see the flashbacks. Zakar's not there, but Ras's people are not evil people. So, and we learned that Ras has gone in his own path. Like, Zilva is not a bad person. The other people, May, Zilva's girl, is not a bad person. Like, they're not bad people inherently. So that further is, like, points to the fact that it's not Zakar. He's probably dead because he's got the picture in the Tournament Source, in the, what's it called? Tournament Temple City. City of Temples, there we go. And I just don't think it's him. And his idea would be completely stupid because Ras's master probably wanted Ras to bring back the Forbidden Five. I don't think that was just Ras's idea. So why would Zakar want to bring them back? That makes no sense. Next up, we have the Overlord. I think this is a really bad idea. First off, I think it's really boring, bringing back the Overlord. I think it'd be a super lame reveal that if we've been waiting for 5 seasons, 5 years, like 80 episodes at least, and we find out that Raz's master is the Overlord. That is so lame. So lame. First off, the Overlord just shouldn't come back in general because he's not that interesting. Second off, you're taking away from Ras to bring back a boring character. Again, not a good idea. And I just don't want to see him back. Like, I feel like if the Overlord is back, you can't do him well because he's not interesting enough. And it's just going to ruin everything. Like, I really do not like this idea. And I'm like hopeful that the Dragons Rising writers have understood because they showed Crystallized made mistakes and they've worked on that. So I'm hopeful, I believe in them that they're not going to do something this stupid. But there is a small chance of just something happening. Maybe like Lego Overhead step in and they're like, oh, we want to bring the Overlord back. No. Please do not bring back the Overlord. That would ruin Dragons Rising for me. If the Overlord comes back. I don't care how they handle him, it would ruin him. Next up, Source Dragon of Strength. I think there's a chance. It's interesting that Ras has still carrying his icon for so long and he hasn't used it. That's like a little pointer towards it. And obviously we see that Source Dragons are fine with giving icons to people. Like Motion gave her icon to Lloyd at the end of season 2. So we've seen that Source Dragons can give icons to people just like because they can. So that is a little hint. I still don't think it's happening because I just don't think the Source Dragons are evil. Like, I don't know. I think it's a bit convoluted if it's a Source Dragon. It is a cool idea, but maybe he's a Source Dragon, then he gets defeated and Rai replaces him or something. Like, he can definitely go and there's a chance because I see the dots. There's also ones pointing to it not being him. But I get the point. He did leave the council, which could further cement the fact that he's not got the same sort of ideas as some of the other council, like Motion. But I still just don't think Raz's master is the Source Dragon of Strength. I don't know. There's a clear person or clear idea that I think is Raz's master that we'll get to at the end. But yeah. Next up we have the administrator. Probably not. It is a cool idea though. First off, I don't think he's powerful enough. Second off, we know they're not going to talk about him in Dragons Rising. Thirdly, again, like, why would the administrator be involved in reversing the merge? Like, a lot of these ideas, I think a lot of people, and it's fine, it's fun to theorize, but I think what a lot of people do is they, like, rush their theories of who they think is Raz's master without thinking through what we already know. So some people will go like, oh, trust me, Raz's master is the Overlord, for example. But then you go, but that's not the best. Maybe they'll say, oh, trust me, Raz's master is Zakar. But then you'll go, you just put together the puzzle. Why would Zakar want to capture Source Dragons? First off, because he competed in Tournament Sources, which means he probably got along with them. Secondly, there's no chance ever that Zakar would want to bring back the Forbidden Five. Thirdly, he's probably not powerful enough. And then you start piecing them together and you go, yeah, it's probably not that. So I'm fine with people theorizing. Like, it's fun. I theorize all the time with, like, not fully thinking it through. But I think a lot of the Raz's master theories are really, like, just straight away, oh, I think it's the Overlord. I think it's Garmadon. But then you start thinking it through and you're like, nah, it can't be. Next up, I think this is a very high chance that it's a Source Oni. One thing that points against it for me is that we haven't heard about Source Onis before. I think if they were going to do this, they would have introduced like the idea of Source Onis before. I don't even know if they exist. I get what people mean by saying that there has to be Source Onis if there's Source Dragons, but no, there doesn't. No, that doesn't really. Like, I like the idea. I think it's cool. But, I mean, there doesn't really have to be Source Oni. But, yeah. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it's cool. It's a cool idea, but, nah, I don't think it's happening. Next up, we've got Wu, our timeline Wu. I think probably not. The way Ras speaks about Wu, first off, is kind of like an angry way, so I don't think that. I also think it'd be a huge betrayal of his character to go against his team, and I just don't think it's Wu. Yeah, I could talk about it for a while, but I think it's pretty clear it's not Wu. And then, this is where I found the wiki, no image. Ras's Master is a new character. I'm like 99% sure Ras's Master is a new character. None of these, apart from maybe the Source Oni, have enough evidence to point to them, and they have enough evidence to point that it's not them. Whereas if it's a new character, that's fine. And I think it is a new character. I think that's the best idea as well, because we can get a backstory that's not forced or like pushed into some story. And yeah, I just think it's a new character. So yeah, with that said, let me know your thoughts on who I think is Ras's Master. Let me know if I'm wrong. Have I forgot someone that could be? Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day. Goodbye.